Hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. This is your host Farhan Iqbal and you're watching Newspoint. So finally, Express Entry cutoff score has come down below 470. I believe it has happened almost after a year. Before this previous draw where the cutoff was 469, I believe only time the score went below 470 was in December 2019. So for the entire year of 2020, apart from where they did CC only draws, score never went below 470. So this is a great news that finally scores have come down. The one of the reason of that scores have come down is that now we are getting 5,000 ITAs every 2 weeks, which is great. And another thing is that the previous draw which happened, it was only after 1 week of gap. So with the draw, they have published the data. Let's take a look at the data and then see how many people are there in each category. And from there, we can try to figure out that what could be the cutoff in the next draw. So I believe now there are going to be 2 more draws in this year. Probably the next draw would be on December 9th, and then after that probably we would see a draw just before the Christmas break, probably on 21st, 22nd, something like that. So let's take a look at the data and then see how many people are there in each category, how many people are applying every single day, and then where do I see the cutoff for this draw. Before we look at the data, if you still haven't subscribed to our channel, consider subscribing to our channel so that you never miss any of the updates from our channel. So subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button so that you always get the notification. Usually the draws have been happening every 14 days. Over here there was a gap of 3 weeks. I believe it was because if there was a gap of 2 weeks and then there was a gap of 2 weeks, this draw would have happened on 11th November. And as I mentioned, to avoid that, because it's a holiday in some of the provinces, they changed it, but now they have done the draw after 1 week and they are back to their 2 weeks schedule. So when we look at the number of people in each category, please remember that when I'm comparing this with this, these numbers would be lower because this is only 7 days after the draw was happened. In the PNP category, that is 601 to 1200, there are 185 people. That means that after draw happened on 18th November till 23rd November, within 5 days only, there were about 185 PNP people. So roughly 35 to 40 people are getting PNP every day. Are those people who get PNP, then they update their profile when they get 600 application points. So this is approximately 35 to 40 per day. And then 501 to 600, usually these people have job offers or they have Canadian experience. Otherwise, if you do not have Canadian experience or Canadian education, it's very difficult to get 501 marks. So there are 160 people in this category. So in 5 days, 160, so roughly 30 to 35 people are applying in this category as well. Over here also, if you see, this number was 345, which was after 14 days. So over here also the average was 30 to 35 people, which is same what we are seeing here. 491 to 500, 122 people, so roughly 20 to 25 people. When we compare it with the number over here, then again it's kind of a similar number, because this number was with a gap of 12 days and this number is with a gap of 5 days. 481 to 490, there are 213 people. This number is actually lower when we compare it with this number, because over here we were getting an average of 40 people per day. And then if you compare it with this number, which was 518 after 2 weeks, so again this number is comparable. The most important category, that is 471 to 480, there are 1679 people as of 23rd November. And obviously from this number, when we compare it with the number from 18th November, we saw that the cutoff was 472. Tie-breaking rule was also quite recent, so most of the 472 people had cleared. So only some people who had a score of 471, they were remaining. So these 1679, I believe, maybe let's suppose 1300 people or 1200 people would be new, and the rest were who were remaining from 471. So if we take, let's suppose 1200 in 5 days, that means 200 to 220 people are applying in every single day. So 220 from here, 40 from here, 260, and then about 30 from here, that is 290, then about 30 from here, that is 320, and then about 40 from here. About 350 to 360 people are applying every single day who have a score of 471, more or less roughly. From 461 to 470, there are 12,000 people. And as we know that before this Nobody was getting out of this category. So all these new people are 229 people. They applied within this last 5 days, because when the previous draw happened on November 18th, nobody would have got invitation from this round, from this category. So all the increase which we have seen basically are the new people who have created their profile after this draw or after this data was published. So holistically, from 461 to 1200, there are about 14,366 people still in the pool. The number of ITAs issued on 25th November we know is 5,000. So this means we are sure that there are no more people who are above 471 on 25th November. So all the people which we will be seeing when the data is published next time or when the draw happens, anybody who is above 470, they are the people who have created their profile after 25th November itself. So obviously 471 plus profile on November 18th are finally zero. This is, I believe, very first time that we are seeing that this number was zero. So as we can see that from 471 to 1200, there were only 2359 people till 23rd November. Maybe we can add like 500-600 more people who would have applied on 23rd November or 24th November before the draw happened. So I would say maybe 2,800 or maybe 2,900 people were the people who had a score of 471 and higher. Of the remaining 2,000 people from the 5,000 who got ITA, people were on 470 and 469 itself. As we saw, the cutoff was also pretty recent, so 470 and 469, majority of the people have got the ITAs. And now the people who are waiting are on 468 and 467 and so on and so forth. If we have to make a guess that how many new profiles were created between November 18th and November 23rd, I have come up with an estimate of 2,000 based off the fact which I counted here that about 400 people were applying with a score of 471 and above. So roughly 2,000 people. So if we say 350 to 400 people are applying every single day, so that means from November 25th till December 9, the number of people who would have created their profile and who would have a score of 471 and higher would be maybe 3,500 to 4,000. So since at this time there are zero people, that is after the draw, there is nobody who is above 471. So all these people who will be creating, those are the only people who will be above 471. So about 4,000 people would be having a score of 471 and higher. So if 5,000 ITAs are issued, then in the December 9th draw, I would say that the cutoff would be 468. And if I have to give a range, it would be 468 to 470. Yes, 470 is on the higher side, but that is possible because a lot of people would be creating their profile who would have score 470 and 469 as well. Because those people maybe who are not creating their profile earlier because they knew that they do not have a chance, but people who are on 468, 470, 469, they will be creating their profiles now because they know that now they have a good chance. I hope you liked today's video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, this is your host Farhan Iqbal signing off. Assalamu alaikum.